This is a continuation of the last video I did about the Tibetan Book of the Dead and the River of Forgetfulness. And so we left it at, you can access all that wisdom that's in your subconscious. So during one of our shamanic practices, I saw the deal I made before taking physical birth, or at least one of the deals, there's a number. And in this vision, I saw my father there. Now, I had posted, I had a very difficult childhood with constant tragedies in our family and foster homes and beatings and so on. So it caused a lot of problem. And so when I saw my father in this vision of the deal I made before taking physical birth, I saw my father and I said, "Pop, what happened? You were never at home. That caused so much problems for our family and for me. I mean, it took me decades to figure out all the stuff all the problems instilled in me because you were never at home. You didn't do your job." And I was kind of furious. But then my father said, "But that's because you forgot the deal we made before you took birth. I was to give you birth. I was not to give you life. That you had to discover on your own because you knew your next lifetime you were going to have a lot of artistic pursuits and spiritual pursuits. And for that, you needed an independent mind. So me not being there, yes, it caused you hardship, but that was all part of the deal because you had to work it out on your own." And so I thought about that, and it was true. I was driven to so much despair and distraction that in college, I was sleeping 16 hours a day, and I didn't have a good reason to keep living. Everything was so confusing and difficult, and nothing made sense, and so on. But then I realized my distractions and despair were so intense that it forced me onto the spiritual path. I began meditation. It was the first time I turned my gaze inward, and everything started to change, and one thing led to another, and I said, I'm not going to be a careerist, I'm going to be a seeker. And then that led me to in the Himalayas, and then eventually working with Don Miguel, in this powerful ritual called Jump to the Sun. I woke up from the dream of the planet, and nothing is the same. And so now when I look back at those times, I can say, thank you, adversity, for kicking me onto the path. And so there you have it.